Leslie Pesci, and this is Barnes & Noble Tagged. Just in time for Halloween, we've tagged some ghoulishly good reads, from surviving zombies to wicked witches to the scariest places in America. But first, we have a special guest who let an idea go to his head and it became an internet phenomenon. And now, it's a wildly creative book. Noah Scalin is an artist, graphic designer, and activist. His work has been featured in several magazines, as well as in books. In 2007, Noah cut a skull out of orange paper and posted it online with a note. "I'm making a skull image every day for a year." His uniquely witty works became a wild success, turning Scalin's blog, Skull a Day, into one of the internet's top sites. It's a frightful delight to have Noah with us in the studio today to tell us about his book, Skulls. Noah Scalin, you've been tagged. Thank you so much for being here.
You're very welcome. Glad to be here.
I know. I'm telling you, we have tagged a lot of books, but this has to be one of the most ingenious books of all time. Tell me about this.
I made up this crazy project where I decided to make a skull a day for a year, and
But now, wait a minute, back up. I just came up with this idea to make a skull a day. Why?
I wish I had a good reason for that. I mean, everybody asks, and the idea popped into my head fully formed. I really just thought I should make a skull a day for a year, and so I did.
You started putting it up online. It just caught on. People started writing in. Did you go, this is really crazy, how involved
It was
people are?
very crazy because when I started, I mean, it was a few days of them, and I thought, well, I guess I'm doing this. And so I put them out there, and I sent a note to my friends, about 100 people. And I was like, well, check out this thing I'm doing. And then within a month, I had thousands of people I didn't know, strangers that were coming to the site and commenting.
Now, in this book alone, we have there's 150.
Right.
All right. Tell me one that you think is the wildest skull.
The wildest skull?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough one on the spot.
Yeah.
I mean, I think one that people really like is the hotel room one. And that's a good example of me basically, being in an environment that was different and being like, okay, well, I've got to do something. I've got to get this out of the way. I'm going to be on the road. And saw the sheet on the floor and said, well, that looks skull-like. And so arranged it and then left it. And of course, everyone was like, what's going to happen afterwards? I went, we'll see. It'll be fun to leave art for somebody.
You have a couple of skull tattoos.
I do.
Now, you've got one on your ankle that you made yourself.
Yes, I tattooed myself. That was 101. And I think at that point, okay, I'd already made 100 and was like, well, I'm really committed to this project.
Now, wait, did you tattoo it online on your foot?
Well, I tattooed it and photographed it, and then I put the photo on the web.
The neat thing, too, in the end of the book is that after you've looked at all the skulls, you kind of have a chance for the reader to get involved. Tell us about that.
Well, one thing that happened on the site very quickly was that people started sending me skulls they found. And I was like, okay, I'll show this, which of course opened this door, which was great. I mean, the community aspect of the project, which was completely unexpected, was great. I love the fact that people really wanted to be involved and send me their work and make their own skulls. And so in the book, at the end, I show, well, there's a few DIY ones so people can make their own skulls based on the project. But then I also show ones that people sent me based on the project.
That's amazing. It's just a wonderfully creative book, and people should really enjoy it all of year round, but especially at Halloween. And I was wondering if you would stick around for a little while, Noah, because we have tagged some, we like to call spine-tingling reads that we would like you to stick around for and see, all right?
Sure.
Thank you, Noah. That's such a cool book.
Well, thanks.
First, when you're the son of Mel Brooks, the creator of hit movies and musical Young Frankenstein, it seems that finding monsters humorous runs in your blood. So proves Max Brooks with his duo of undead books. First came The Zombie Survival Guide, Complete Protection from the Living Dead. It's your key to survival against the hordes of undead who may be stalking you right now. After this ghoulish guide came World War Z, an oral history of the zombie war. This time, Brooks acts as the interviewer who meets and records stories from those who have survived the age of the zombies. World War Z has also been released as an audiobook with an all-star cast, including Alan Alda, Mark Hamill, and John Turturro. Next, from the best-selling Weird U.S. series comes Weird Hauntings. It's a collection of America's scariest haunted places. The stories include first-hand tales that have both a powerful creepiness factor and believability. This collection of true tales set in actual locations is so chilling that you may not want to read this alone at night. Next, some classics that have been tricked out just in time to treat readers this Halloween. But first, out this week, the latest installment in Gregory Maguire's Wicked series. This time, we hear what the Cowardly Lion has to say. A Lion Among Men examines the tragically misunderstood life of the Cowardly Lion before and after his adventures with Dorothy and company in the Land of Oz. Newcomers to Maguire's version of Oz Adventures should probably begin with the first two entries in this darkly enchanting saga. First is Wicked, the story of the Wicked Witch of the West before her demise. Then there's Son of a Witch, which tells the story of Lear, the secret son of the Wicked Witch. And here's a Halloween treat. Now you can get both stories in one beautifully illustrated leather-bound volume. It makes being wicked irresistible. Last week, we asked you, what are you looking for in a cookbook? The majority of you said homemade. Noah Scalin, thank you so much for sticking around. All right, we got to ask you, Fabulous Book Skulls, what's next? I mean, what's your encore?
Well, actually, we're working on a second book, so who knows?
Cool. Now, we also want to let all of our viewers know that you have to go to our site and check on a little challenge that we gave Noah, asking him to make a skull out of something that we supplied. And let me just give you a hint. It's awesome. So please, he's amazing. Go and check it out. And if you want more great Halloween ideas for reading, go to bn.com/Halloween. You'll find out some great kind of spooky books. Thanks so much for watching. Barnes and Noble Tag.